The 2026 FIFA World Cup was supposed to be the biggest tournament in football history. Now, after 2.5 weeks of group stage action spread across 16 stadiums in 3 countries, we're finally getting our first real verdict on this historic competition. A total of 48 nations arrived with dreams of lifting football's biggest prize. But by the end of tonight, the group stage will officially be over, and only 32 teams will continue into the brand new round of 32. And that's exactly what makes this World Cup unlike any tournament we've ever seen before. So, what has actually happened so far? Which nations have already secured their place in the knockout rounds? Which teams are heading home? And what's still hanging in the balance as the final whistles of the group stage approach? Let's break everything down. First, it's important to understand the new format because nothing about this World Cup works quite like the tournaments we've known for the last quarter century. This is the first FIFA World Cup ever expanded to 48 teams, moving away from the traditional 32-team format that had been used since 1998. The tournament features 12 groups of 4 teams, with each nation playing 3 group stage matches between June 11th and June 27th. Under the old system, only the top 2 teams from each group advanced to the knockout stage. But this year, FIFA introduced a major change to accommodate the expanded field. The top 2 teams from each of the 12 groups still qualify automatically. However, they are now joined by the 8 best third-place teams across the entire tournament, creating a round of 32 that has never existed before in World Cup history. This single change has dramatically altered the strategy of every team in the competition. In previous World Cups, finishing third meant immediate elimination. In 2026, finishing third can still be enough to survive and advance, provided your results compare favorably with the other third-place finishers. To determine which third-place teams qualify, FIFA uses a familiar set of tiebreakers: total points, goal difference, goals scored, disciplinary record based on yellow and red cards, and finally, FIFA World Ranking if teams remain tied. And this is where the tournament starts to get really interesting. 9 of the 12 groups have already completed all 3 rounds of matches, meaning their final standings are now officially confirmed. In Group A, Mexico have emerged as one of the standout teams of the tournament. The co-host nation finished with a perfect 9 points from 3 matches, capped by an impressive 3-0 victory over Czechia in their final game. South Korea secured second place after defeating South Africa 1-0, edging Czechia on goal difference to claim the final automatic qualification spot. Czechia finished third and remain in contention for advancement, while South Africa's World Cup journey has officially come to an end. Group B has also been finalized. Switzerland topped the group, while co-host Canada secured second place and a historic qualification to the round of 32 on home soil. Bosnia and Herzegovina finished third with a points total and goal difference that still give them a realistic chance of advancing. Qatar, meanwhile, finished at the bottom of the group and have been eliminated. Group C wrapped up with Brazil confirming their status as one of the tournament favorites. A commanding 3-0 victory over Scotland secured first place in the group, while Morocco claimed second place and booked a fascinating round of 32 clash against the Netherlands. Scotland finished third, but their World Cup hopes remain alive by the narrowest of margins as they await the outcome of the remaining groups. And with 3 groups still to be completed, the race for those final third-place qualification spots promises to deliver one of the most dramatic finishes to a World Cup group stage that football fans have ever witnessed. With 3 points and a goal difference of -3, Scotland currently sit right on the projected qualification cutoff line for the third-place rankings. Their World Cup future now depends entirely on how the remaining results unfold on Saturday. They'll be watching every minute of action, hoping the numbers fall in their favor. Haiti, meanwhile, can hold their heads high despite elimination. Their long-awaited return to the World Cup stage after decades away produced several spirited performances that captured the attention of fans around the world. Group D delivered one of the biggest surprises of the tournament so far. Turkey stunned co-hosts the United States with a dramatic 3-2 victory on the final match day, a result that not only secured Turkey's place as group winners but also denied the Americans automatic qualification to the knockout stage. Australia did exactly what they needed, earning a hard-fought scoreless draw against Paraguay to claim second place and a spot in the round of 32. Paraguay finished third, while the United States remain in contention through the third-place qualification pathway, although their fate now rests in the hands of results elsewhere. Group E produced one of the most memorable upsets of the tournament. Germany had already secured top spot before their final match, but that didn't diminish the significance of Ecuador's stunning 2-1 victory over one of the pre-tournament favorites. Meanwhile, Ivory Coast's comfortable 2-0 victory over Curaçao secured second place and automatic qualification. Although Ecuador's historic victory wasn't enough to secure automatic advancement, it placed them in an extremely strong position among the third-place teams. Curaçao, meanwhile, may have finished bottom of the group with just 1 point, but as the smallest nation ever to qualify for a FIFA World Cup, their journey and their memorable draw against Ecuador will remain one of the feel-good stories of this tournament. Group F concluded with the Netherlands confirming their dominance by defeating Tunisia 3-1 to finish top of the group. Japan secured second place after earning a crucial 1-1 draw against Sweden, doing just enough to hold on to the final automatic qualification spot. Sweden's 4-point total leaves them in a relatively strong position among the third-place teams, while Tunisia's World Cup campaign has officially come to an end. In Group G, Belgium and Iran played out a tense scoreless draw, a result that ultimately benefited Egypt. The Pharaohs capitalized with an impressive 3-1 victory over New Zealand, securing second place and advancing alongside group winners Belgium. Iran's campaign remains alive through the third-place standings, while New Zealand have been eliminated. Group H belonged entirely to France. Les Bleus finished with a perfect 9 points from 3 matches and an outstanding +8 goal difference, reinforcing their status as one of the strongest contenders to lift the trophy. Norway secured second place after heavily rotating their squad in the final group match, confident that qualification was already secured. The drama came in the winner-take-all showdown between Senegal and Iraq. Senegal delivered one of the performances of the tournament, crushing Iraq 5-0 and placing themselves in an excellent position to qualify as one of the best third-place teams. Iraq's World Cup journey, however, has come to an end. But the story of this extraordinary World Cup group stage isn't over yet. 3 groups remain unresolved as Saturday's decisive fixtures approach, and their outcomes could dramatically reshape the knockout bracket. Group I has already produced one of the tournament's defining moments. Argentina secured first place after defeating Austria thanks to a record-breaking brace from Lionel Messi, further adding to the legendary captain's incredible World Cup legacy. Algeria's 2-1 victory over Jordan in the same round officially. Your team completed its group stage matches days ago, yet you're still anxiously tracking results from multiple groups across 3 countries, hoping that enough outcomes break your way to deliver your nation's first ever appearance in a World Cup knockout round. That unique combination of hope, anxiety, and complete helplessness is something that no previous generation of World Cup fans has experienced quite like this. The same emotional rollercoaster is playing out elsewhere. Supporters of the United States watched their co-host nation lose automatic qualification after a heartbreaking defeat to Turkey on the final match day. Now, American fans find themselves in the unusual position of relying on results elsewhere simply to keep their home World Cup dream alive. An extraordinary situation for any host nation. Sweden's supporters, on the other hand, find themselves in a much calmer position. With 4 points already secured, they enter the third-place calculations with significantly less stress than nations sitting precariously on the qualification